Okay, so I'm sitting here at the smog shop waiting for attempt number 3. I took it on the freeway up and down a couple times, warmed it up real hot. Temperature's good, but it's running kind of rough. It's not running smooth, like I'm missing a little bit. Might have a little bit of a miss, but I think it's the colder spark plugs that I put in there, because I just stopped and got regular octane gas. It's supposed to be in this. Trying to bring it down a little bit, and got everything else in there as stock except for the computer chip now that's in the dash. So it's running a little rough. It's not firing quite right. I don't think it's going to give me any better numbers. The idle is kind of jumping around, so I don't know if that's, you know, sensors trying to fix what the spark plugs can't do, if it's going a little haywire, or if I've got a bad sensor. But we will find out. We're gonna see what these numbers say, and then we'll go from there. It looks like we're probably gonna have to just get rid of everything. Okay, he's putting the sniffer in. Okay, so I still got the cold spark plugs. You guys eat pizza, right? Okay.
We don't eat pizza.
I know. It's looking better.
Yeah, you dropped the CO down.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so what I just did, I was running 91, right, with that chip, and I did have that regulator in there. So the regulator's gone, and I got cheap gas in there now, or low octane gas. Oh, look at that. And I just got off the freeway. Oh, I gotta pop it. But I still have the chip and the cold plugs in there. I'm kind of feeling like I might have to go back to hot plugs. Oh, see? It's looking good. I think I gotta change spark plugs, man. It doesn't sound right. Huh?
My RPM's good. You don't have no problem there.
Good. It's just getting it to work at idle. All right. So we're.
A little something there. Well, now that looks good there. That's just unburned fuel there.
It's just unburned fuel. So, oh.
Give her a second, see if it stay there.
I think I might have a sensor problem, like my map sensor, or no?
Second, it looks good. Let's stay like that. Let's take it again.
Holy cow!
Stay like that.
Stay like this, please. Those numbers look great. Look at 0. So you think the catalytic converter's working good?
It's good right there.
Because it's only 2 years old. I had to get a new one last time.
Yeah, if you run it by a muffler shop, we'll test it for nothing. It's a heat test. Unless you got a heat gun, you can test it.
Oh, okay. So there it goes, dropping back down again. Oh, this is good. Should we try it?
Like that.
Oh, I like the idea that the chip isn't, you know, the main problem, because it says it's legal, so that would be disappointing if I had to keep taking that out. I'm gonna pause it here. See what happens. And that, my friends, is a passing smog certificate. Okay, so I passed smog. Truck's running great. Update on what I'm running is actually, all I have going on right now is the computer chip, the Hypertech chip, the 160-degree thermostat that came with it, and one stage colder AC Delco plugs. I'm running 42s instead of 43s, or 2s instead of 3s, however you want to look at it. And it runs great. Hydrocarbons were at 4. 0.4. This is what it used to be with, what do we have in there? The fuel pressure regulator and the 350 injectors. Taking out the injectors never made a difference. What else did I remove? Yeah, that was it. All I tested it. It failed initially, then it failed with the injector swapped out back to 305, but it wasn't until I took out the regulator that I got a difference. So I still have the colder plugs, and it runs better than it did stock with the 43s. So we're gonna leave the colder plugs. 4 hydrocarbons. You can't, at idle, man, you can't argue with that. So these guys have been great to me. We're gonna bring them some pizza for working so hard and dealing with my BS. And hopefully in the future too, if I want to come in and just get a sniff, maybe they'll let me do that. Just 2. One's for us. Here you go, guys.
Thank you.
No problem. Take it easy. All right. What did I do? So yay, it passed smog. Let's do a little recap of all the things I've done. First, what did I have in there? Let's list off all the things I did. You saw it in the first video, right? It was 350 injectors, fuel injector spacer or riser, the throttle body spacer, and down right there, and the blue fuel pressure regulator, and the computer chip, the Hypertech chip with 160-degree thermostat. What else is there? The colder spark plugs, 42s instead of 43s. And I think that's about it for those TBI modifications. It was running rich. Where's that paper? So, at idle, it was scary, right? Like the guy said, at idle down here, I was running 600 hydrocarbons and like 5%, whatever that other number was, CO2, I think it was. And that had to be under 100 and under 1. That's 5.8 and 600. 2,500 RPMs. That's the best I could get it. 156 and 3.5 hydrocarbons and CO. First we took off, what did we take off first? The fuel injectors, right? Went back to 305s. Still almost exact same numbers, if not even worse. Didn't make a bit of difference, right? So then I took out the fuel pressure regulator, the adjustable regulator, and actually got rid of the 91 gas. So I kind of messed it up. I shouldn't have done both, but I was out of gas. I wasn't even sure I was going to make it to the smog. And if I'd taken the stuff out, then, you know, even with the chip, though, I'm supposed to run 91. So here's what I got left in it. I got the chip, the cold plugs, and, you know, your risers, the throttle body spacer and the injector riser. And that, of course, is only going to make atomization better, right? That's, even if it is legal or not legal, it can only help. So I guess that's why I was able to pass with those in there. You know, it burns a little cleaner. What's odd to me is that I can still leave the colder plugs in there, and it runs better than I had with the 43s. So we'll leave it like that for now. It sounds different. It sounds like it's kind of running rough, you know, with those. I think it's the plugs, because it's mixed with the timing. It kind of sounds like it's firing right at the last moment, like I was aiming for with those plugs, but almost too late. So I don't know. Hydrocarbons, 4 right now. 4 hydrocarbons. You saw the numbers. There's no disputing that with these plugs. So I'm going to leave them in there. I'll inspect them periodically to, you know, check their condition. But, man, it's running great. It's burning fuel great. The catalytic converter's still working after 2 years, after, you know, all that abuse with that fuel pressure regulator, which kind of makes me want to throw the 350 injectors back in and then go get a sniff test with the old regulator still, not putting the new one back in. That's disappointing, you know. That thing cost me like $35, and then they lowered the price right after I bought it. He lowered the price to like $21 or something on that website. So, and then to find out that it's just dumping rich, you know, it's going to kill my cat. So I won't be putting that regulator back in unless I take out the cat until after I do the exhaust, and if I take out the cat. So that's going to be that. What else should I go over? Future plans. Since I've got a couple years now to play with this thing, I will be ordering up the Edelbrock intake manifold. It's like stock design, but it's raised up a little higher, a little better design. So we're going to go with that. I don't have a lot of options, right? I got to be able to run this thing off the stock computer, so I've got to keep my throttle body. But future plans say I will go for a new intake manifold, and I will put the 350 injectors in at that point. I will try it all again with a new manifold. Regulator, injectors, and yeah, the dual snorkels going on right now. This stuff's coming off. I'm gonna throw it back on the Suburban that I pillaged it from, and the dual snorkel will go back on. And that'll be that for now. So I guess the next project, really, because I have the parts before the intake manifold, is going to be the exhaust. I have all these exhaust pieces still, this whole entire kit. I think I threw a teaser in there. Here's the flanges. I'm going to cut off the ball sockets on my headers. That flange back there is a ball and socket type flange. You can see the space between the two flanges with the long bolt running there to keep everything together. And I guess that's so to allow for movement while the engine rocks and stuff. But it'll be more solid when I get the other flanges on there and the other piping, but I'll have it all mounted. I might put a flex pipe in there somewhere, or just mount it on some soft rubber pieces. I'm not sure yet what's the best way to do that. But As for now, I think we're done. I'm happy. Project TBI in the bag. Answers, some answers confirmed, some answers still floating out there, or questions, some answers, some questions answered, some questions still unanswered. Only time will tell. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Again, of course, always, I love that you guys watch it and, support and click the like button, do all those things that help make a living for us. And let me know in your comments what you think. Show me pictures if you've done it. Give me links to your channels if you've got one. But that's it. Thanks, guys. See you later. You don't see that every day. He's just sitting on him. Tonka doesn't seem to care. Oh, are you done now? And we're gonna sit back on him.